And get this, I've always wanted to put a TV in here, but there's no TV outlet. Now we can. By adding the wireless receiver from AT&T, we can move the TV where we want.
And with the Total Home DVR, we can record 4 shows at once and play them back in any room. We never miss a show now.
Call to get UVerse TV for just $19 a month with qualifying bundles. Keep the same great price for 2 years guaranteed. And ask about next day installation.
This AT&T deal was made for us.
Look, they even knew I wanted to record this show.
That was me, hun.
That was her.
When you lose power while you are waiting for these crews, are you in the dark? For the safety of your family and home, call Corrigan Electric for a backup generator system to keep the power on in your home. You know us at Corrigan. Give us a call.
Only 3 more nights of the hottest new show on television.
What did she do?
Empire, all new tonight on Fox. Catch up from the beginning on these platforms.
The transition of snow is occurring right now. I'm going to talk about how much snow to expect in your area, who's got the 5 to 10 inch snowfall total coming up next.
Road crews, city leaders, and school administrators are now watching just how bad it gets. Here's a live look downtown, now at 4, what you need to know before you hit the road. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Elizabeth Woolsey.
And I'm Gilbert Coursey. WDRB Chief Meteorologist Mark Weinberg warned us that this new round of winter weather would be coming.
It arrived in Louisville at about 2 o'clock today with a snow and sleet mix. So, Mark, what can we expect over the next few hours? Some people already have a couple of inches of snow.
Yeah, Paoli just reported 2.3 inches of snow already on the ground here. Here's the thing. In Louisville, we're still in the rocking zone. If you remember yesterday evening, I told you I thought between around 4 and 6 is when we'd make that transition over to snow. And looking at the most recent high-resolution data, it's showing right around 5 o'clock is when we should start that transition to full snow. And I'll tell you, you'll know when we go full snow and we're done because there won't be any of those pellets mixing in. It should just snap and then we go over to snow. Let me show you some of the pictures of some of the snow that has been falling out there. You know, Jeremy Capel was actually out there in West Galena today driving through some of it, and his words were meatball-size snowflakes. Jeremy, that's not an official term, so I'm not going to use that as a report, but nonetheless, Daniel Smith sent this out of Greenville, and you can see some of the huge snowflakes that were occurring. This out of Jasper, Indiana, you can see the roads covered, and this is what we're hearing from Jasper, from areas like Paoli through Seymour, North Vernon, that we've got already multiple inches of snow on the ground. We've got the a flood watch in effect from Perry, Crawford, Harrison, Floyd, Clark through Trimble County, and then everywhere to the south under that watch. And you'll also notice that we've got flood warnings covering just an enormous part of our area, including virtually all of our Kentucky counties. Winter storm warning remains in effect through tonight and then through tomorrow, 1 p.m. on Thursday. And as we look outside, simply put, it's a mess. North of 64 right now, and 71 is where we have all snow. So we're all snow right now in Madison, North Vernon, Seymour. I just got a report out of North Vernon of about 1.5 inches of snow on the ground. I got a report of 2.3 so far out of the Paoli area. Jasper looking at generally right now, snow. We go over to where it gets a little dirty, where we mix between snow and rain right along the river. There's been sleet pellets mixing in at times. That includes the Louisville area. Outside our studios right now, it is a sleet pellet mixing with rain, and it's kind of the hard ice pellets out there. Shelbyville mixing. We've got Newcastle through LaGrange, generally some snow, and then we're still all rain right now from E-Town, Litchfield, Munfordville, Greensburg through Columbia, Lebanon, and Willisburg. Now let me take you out and let me put this into motion. A couple questions is first, when will we transition over to that snow? As stated, I think we're probably within an hour or two. How far back does the precip go? It's simple. There is a lot to go through before this thing comes to an end. So let's go through then looking at some of our numbers. Outside right now, this is what it looks like in Louisville. Our temperature, getting close. We're 35 degrees with a north wind at 12. It'll probably take 33 in Louisville to go to all snow. Southern Indiana, generally speaking, you're all at or below freezing, with Kentucky at or above freezing. In my timeline here through the evening, I think we're all snow at 7, at 9, at 11, and I think the snow is going to be very heavy at times. If you are getting out of the U of L game at 10 o'clock, all I can tell you is the roads at 10 could be treacherous. My snowfall accumulations for the whole area. Who sees 5 to 10 inches of snow in 10 minutes?
All right, Mark, we'll check back with you soon. Turning now to the schools, JCPS with a tough call to cancel today. And as you see at the bottom of your screen, a decision still pending for tomorrow.
We just heard from the superintendent that she feels they made the right call this morning. WDRB's Valerie Chin begins our team coverage at Metro Safe downtown with what city and school leaders had to say.
We're right outside at 5th and Liberty, and you can see the roads here in downtown Louisville. They are wet. The sleet is coming down pretty good right now. There's a TARC bus passing by, but drivers are doing fine on these roads because they're just wet right now. JCPS says it made the right decision to cancel school today, saying it can't risk the safety of students. The superintendent says 70,000 students ride the bus every single day on 900 buses. And for an early dismissal, they would need a 3-hour window. And if they did an early dismissal today, students would be riding around on these buses in this sleet. So JCPS is standing by its decision. And here's what the superintendent had to say about tomorrow.
So looking forward to tomorrow, we will be monitoring the weather forecasts and road conditions closely. And we will announce any decision to the media and on our JCPS website and on social media as soon as possible.
And we'll have another update at 4:30 live in downtown Louisville. Valerie Chin, WDRB News.
Thank you, Valerie. And JCPS made that call early this morning to cancel classes for today.
WDRB's Lawrence Smith explains those tough choices that many school districts across the area had to make. Lawrence?
Well, first, JCPS says under ideal conditions, it takes 3.5 hours to get 70,000 students in 900 buses home. Now, they decided to make the decision as that trip was happening and the snow was beginning. They pulled the trigger and closed the schools. On the other hand, the Greater Clark School District stuck to its normal schedule. In fact, it may have been the only school system in the metro area that neither canceled classes nor dismissed early. Superintendent Andrew Mellon says after consulting with meteorologists, he felt comfortable that Greater Clark's 10,000 students could get safely home before the worst of the weather hit. Mellon says he also considered the number of working families.
To try to have an early dismissal when it wasn't absolutely necessary was a help to them, so that they didn't have to make last-minute changes to their own schedules. So believe it or not, there's a lot of consideration for safety of our students first, but also the impact on our families.
Now, normally Floyd County Schools did dismiss 2 hours early, but no one from that district returned a call to explain its decision. Dr. Mellon of Greater Clark says in this kind of decision, no matter what you do, somebody is going to be unhappy. In downtown Louisville, Lawrence Smith, WDRB News.
Lawrence, thank you. Switching now from the schools to the roads, and a lot of people are getting ready to hit the roads for traffic travel heading home from work.
We want to give you a look at roads in several parts of the area, starting in East Louisville. WDRB's Danielle Lama is out and about. We saw a few flakes of snow earlier, but nothing but sleet right now. How are things where you are, Danielle?
Just the same as you said, we are feeling the sleet right now. I want to give you a look at the roads here. We are live along Shelbyville Road. No snow sticking yet, but the conditions are wet right now. Traffic seems to be moving fairly well, but we want to make sure drivers know that the roads are wet and certainly could be getting slick. Metro Louisville crews are in charge of clearing Shelbyville. The state pays them to do so. City officials say once the snow starts coming down, crews will tackle the main routes first. If you are parked on a city emergency snow route, you're asked to move your car by 6 tonight. The Metro Snow Team will be salting and plowing in 12-hour shifts around the clock. We heard from the mayor just minutes ago about the city's snow plan. Here's what he had to say.
It's been raining quite a bit, 2 inches on average. So we cannot pre-treat the roads with brine, but the minute the snow starts, our snow team will be out working to keep the city open and moving. As a reminder, we have about 265 people on the snow team and about 160 pieces of equipment or so that many people saw in action a week or two ago.
The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet is in charge of clearing interstates. You can see 264 seems to be moving pretty well right now. Crews have been dealing with some flooding in the area today. A spokesperson tells me the state has been replenishing salt supplies and getting trucks ready ahead of this winter storm. They are also waiting for the snow or ice to hit before they start salting and plowing the roads. Reporting live from Shelbyville Road, I'm Danielle Lama, WDRB News.
Danielle, thank you. Flakes are already flying to our north, and that presents a struggle for some of our smaller communities.
There is already snow coming down in parts of southern Indiana. WDRB's Sarah Finney joins us live from Scott County with the challenges they're facing and a look at the conditions where it looks like it is snowing. Sarah?
Bill. Well, the wind is blowing, the snow is coming down. It's been like this for about the last hour and a half here in Scottsburg. I want to show you the ground here because this is really the only place, it seems, where the snow is sticking right now. As you can see, some pieces of grass are still coming up here through the road. And if you can take a look at the roadway, there are, traffic is moving just fine now. But as you can see, no problems right now. The roads are all mostly clear. It seems like the snow is, it is melting as soon as it hits the ground. Now, the Scott County Highway Department Superintendent brought crews in about a half hour ago. He says there are 9 plows that are loaded up and ready to go. In addition to the snow, crews are concerned about flooded roads. They have blocked off Marshfield between 31 and Main Street because of water on the streets. The superintendent is urging people to stay home if possible, as is the Scottsburg Police Chief.
To be very cautious, use a lot of common sense. If there's no reason to be on the roadways tonight, not to be on the roadways. If you're going to go on the roadways, you need to make sure you're prepared. If that's bringing, make sure your coats, gloves, hats.
And earlier today, we were in Corded, where the street department was monitoring a stretch of Mulberry that was shut down because of a Little Indian Creek. Crews said that flooding was mild but did not want people to cross. However, one person did try and had to be helped out by the fire department and were also towed. We also checked out 14 Mile Creek near Charlestown. The water seemed to be flowing pretty well, but from what we saw, no buildings appeared to be threatened. Again, traffic is moving just fine here off of McLean Avenue in Scottsburg for now. So we'll send it back to you guys.
Closings and delays the minute we do. Just sign up for SnowFox text alerts. It's easy. All you have to do is go to WDRB.com and click on weather, then SnowFox text alerts at the top of the website. You can also sign up for weather alerts.
Well, we are looking at snow in our area right now. Obviously, you want to know how much snow to expect in your area, when we're going to transition over to all snow in Louisville. I have your snowfall totals. I'll show you who I think is going to see 5 to 10 inches of snowfall coming up next.
As we head to break, you're looking at a live picture from Shelbyville Road near Mall St. Matthews. Traffic moving at a regular pace. Roads are a bit slick, but traffic is going to transition as snow moves in. We're on top of it for you on WDRB News at 4.
Want more news? Anytime, anywhere, any device. WDRB News.
It's all about the Washingtons. Look what your $2 gets you, baby. Loads of flavor and meat.
Rallies and Checkers' new $2 chicken slider box. Our classic chicken slider, or try it buffalo style. Box with fries for $2. Rallies and Checkers.
It's in the bag.
I love this new bed from Value City Furniture. It's so giant, it's like having 2 luxurious beds. One over by you for business time, and one over here for pleasure. Business. Pleasure. Business. Pleasure.
It's one bed, Steve.
All we can do is make getting great style easy. The rest is up to you. Value City Furniture. Style comes easy.
All I did was call.
Aren't you glad you did?
I'm glad I did.
I'm glad I did.
Hughes & Coleman made my life easier.
I've been telling you, 800-800-4600. All you do is call.
Car repairs, medical bills, gone.
Hughes & Coleman really came through. We take care of it all.
800-800-4600.
Don't wait, call now. We got you covered.
They really came through.
Come on now. Let's get started. What are you waiting for? 800-800-4600.
Love me some Hughes & Coleman.
Save big with Big O tires. Now you can save $100 when you buy 4 select Big O brand tires. Installed in 30 minutes or less thanks to our express lane service. And here's something to keep in mind. Big O Tires performs owner's manual maintenance services without voiding your warranty. And now we're offering up to $50 off brake service. But hurry, because these big saver specials end soon. Locally owned, locally run. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Hello? Nothing for the back, man? Hey, ladies, this dude's got flavor.
Checkers and Rallies is coating grilled cheese in our famous fries seasoning to get grilled cheese strips. Melty inside, crispy outside. Checkers and Rallies.
It's in the bag.
WDRB News and Norton Healthcare, teaming up since 2005 to provide real-time closed captioning of news and severe weather coverage to the over 150,000 deaf and hard of hearing people in our community. Between health and life, Norton Healthcare.
Well, Jeremy Capel and I have been doing this too many times lately.
A little too much.
Yeah, you know, nothing personal, man. I love seeing you, but I don't like seeing you this much. We have had a lot to deal with here in the last couple of weeks with a number of winter storms. And this one, what we're dealing with is a couple of things. First off, we're going to talk about the flood watch and warning that we have. Aerial flood watch in the southern part of of Indiana, and then the flood warning basically covers virtually our whole area. We also have a winter storm warning. This was issued yesterday, and this one was a very, very good winter storm warning.
It was. It went into effect officially at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Mark, remains in effect until 1 o'clock tomorrow, and it's really later on this evening and overnight tonight that we'll see the worst of the weather, of course, arriving across the area.
And what we have seen in southern Indiana is a number of pictures, and I'm going to get ready to do the weather, and I'm going to let you here talk about some of the pictures.
And we do appreciate these photos that have been sent in through both Facebook, also Twitter, and to the WDRB weather app. This one was submitted from April. She put this on the WDRB weather page on Facebook, and you can see she's got the snow fox there. She's also got the Clarion News talking about, unfortunately, these snow days are beginning to eat into the spring break there for Harrison County students. Unfortunate for them, but the snow is accumulating up there in Palmyra. We've had reports up to an inch already on the ground, and this one coming in from Salem. This is about 2 o'clock this afternoon, so obviously a couple hours ago. Jayla, we appreciate that. Already the roads are covered up there in Salem, and we will see, of course, more and more of this as time goes on. Now, I was actually out in the Galena area and also up towards Greenville. If you know where Jack's Auto Center is, I took this snapshot. This was somewhere around 2:15 this afternoon. Those snowflakes were absolutely coming down. Mark, I mentioned it to you earlier. They were absolutely the size of meatballs.
I told you were exaggerating. I don't buy it at all. Jeremy's call of meatball snowflakes is just a little large. Maybe small meatballs, maybe like Swedish meatballs, but not the big ones. All right, what we have across our area right now is, simply put, we've got this mix of rain and snow. Let's talk about what's going on. This is snow right now in North Vernon. We have a number of spotters in North Vernon reporting 1 to 2 inches already on the ground. Love it. You're looking at snow right now. Snow continues right now as we go from Bedford, Owen through Salem and Paoli, and this is a nice little moderate and heavy stripe of snow. This is another one of those. It's over Corydon along 64 here. So if you're heading west out of Louisville along 64 towards Evansville, you are going into that snow. That area will have issues. In Louisville, you can see we are in the process. Well within our range. I know people are saying, Mark, is this later than what you thought? No, we said 4 to 6, so I think our snowfall totals are in play here nicely. Eminence through Shelbyville. Some of that snow is coming down. And then we get into the kind of what I refer to as dirty zone, where you go between rain and sleet and snow. And in E-Town, I think this is going to be occurring for you for probably the next 6 hours before you make that rock over to all snow, I think between around 10 and around midnight. And putting us all in motion here, you could see, I mean, this is a lot of precip, a lot of snow and rain and sleet that still has to move across our area. I feel like we've got things covered nicely in our snow totals, and I haven't made any large changes. And then the upper level low here coming out of Texas will ultimately be what gets across the area when we kind of finally shut this system down altogether here. And that will be kind of the end of the snowfall in our area. So let's start to talk a little bit more about how things are going to be flowing as we go through the evening. I think our temperatures here are going to be moving backward, and that's going to be the key to this whole thing. 35 degrees, our temperature right now with a north wind at 12 miles an hour, feels like 27 degrees. As we look in Louisville downtown, 35. Currently 34 St. Matthews. So Louisville's temperatures right now are basically in the mid-30s. We have not made that push all the way back towards the cold side, where southern Indiana is. 28 degrees Paoli, 21 in Chicago, so the cold air continues to filter downward. It's 77 in Atlanta. As we're saying again, it is 77 degrees in Atlanta. Now you can see advanced track at 6. At 7 it's snowing. At 8 o'clock it's snowing, and you're going to kind of get this trend here on advanced track. Snow. Midnight still snowing, and I want you to kind of get an idea of when this is going to be shutting down. I think around 4 o'clock we'll start to turn this off. I still think some snow showers occur, but I think by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning the snow has left the area. So how much does this equate to? Well, I've got the 2 to 5 inch total from Paoli, Seymour, North Vernon. I've got 4 to 8 inch here. This includes Paoli. It includes the Jasper area. It includes Clarksville, Madison, and then right in the north side of Louisville, I've got the 5 to 10 inch, including Louisville, Shepherdsville, E-Town, includes Hardinsburg, includes Taylorsville, Frankfort, and includes near the Springfield area. This 4 to 8 in our southern counties, and then in Adair County, where Columbia is located, we drop you back to 2 to 5. Now, if you missed your town, don't worry. We're on for 3.5 hours more, and I'll be showing you plenty. 18 degrees tonight, heavy snow. With those temperatures falling backward, it should turn that from a wet snow to a fluffy snow by the morning. Snow squalls tomorrow. High comes in at 24 degrees with a 50% chance. And into the extended, the coldest we have ever been in the month of March, Mike Marshall, is 1 below 0. The data shows a little clouds on Friday morning. If we don't, we'll break the record for the coldest ever in the month of March.
All right, so what you're saying is we're going to get some snow tonight.
Maybe.
Yeah, all right, it's coming our way, folks. Getting out on the roadways right now, it looks like we're just dealing with wet roads, but we have very heavy traffic in a couple of areas. 64 westbound has been extra heavy coming out of the tunnels into downtown, and then we've had 65 northbound heavy right through Hospital Curve and across the Kennedy Bridge. Here's what we look like coming in 65 northbound, then we'll jump over to the tunnels, and you can see that heavy bumper-to-bumper traffic on westbound 64. From the Oxmoor Auto Group Traffic Center, I'm Mike Marshall with Beat the Traffic.
Thank you, Mike. And Mark mentioned this, but we want to remind you we will be staying on the air live until 7 o'clock to provide extended coverage of this winter storm. Our crews are out following it right now as it moves through the area.
Take a live picture here from I-65 in Scottsburg, Indiana. You're seeing the flakes are already flying there. Traffic moving well. We're continuing to follow when the snow moves into Louisville on the other side of this break. Plus,
a variety of whiskey is making a resurgence thanks to the popularity of bourbon.
We're gonna die! Everyone is shaken up.
That thing almost fell on me.
You're okay. You didn't get hurt.
Well, I'm not gonna wait around here until I do.
Okay. Modern Family.
Tonight at 7 on WDRB.
What did you do?
Only 3 more nights of the hottest new show on television.
She talks in her sleep. She mumbles your name.
All new Empire with limited commercial interruption tonight on Fox.
Get up to $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade towards the purchase of any new Kia in stock. Drive home a new 2015 Kia Optima for just $99 per month. Only at the Kia stores.
Don't let fatigue and low libido keep you from living life. Call Nova Help Therapy, natural hormone replacement therapy without creams, patches, or weekly injections. All you have to lose is your fatigue. Put an end to night sweats and insomnia. Call Nova Health Therapy, natural hormone replacement therapy treatments that work where others have failed. Say goodbye to night sweats and hello to life. Call Nova Health Therapy.
Hey, these are good. What have you been feeding us all these years?
KFC popcorn nuggets. 100% white meat, extra crispy, and made from the world's best chicken. Try our KFC bucket and popcorn nuggets meal.
These don't even come with a toy, and I don't care.
Everything you need for all the pets you feed. Feeder Supply. The Pet Lover Store.
Save $5 on big bags of Eukanuba dog food, select formulas. Buy 2 cans of Eukanuba dog food and get 1 free. And save $5 on all 7 and 8 pound bags of Eukanuba cat food. The big March savings event is going on now.
Everything you need for all the pets you feed. Feeder Supply. The Pet Lover Store.
I have sensitive teeth, so I have to brush using a sensitivity toothpaste. Unfortunately, a lot of them taste like chalk. Thankfully, I found Crest Sensi Relief. It actually tastes good and relieves my sensitivity.
Crest Sensi Relief has scope, so it tastes minty, not chalky. Plus, it has the same active ingredient as other leading sensitivity toothpastes. 9 out of 10 people surveyed would likely buy it again.
Once I chucked the chalk, I wasn't going back.
Crest Sensi Relief Whitening plus scope.
Get up to $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade towards the purchase of any new Kia in stock. Drive home a new 2015 Kia Sorento for just $99 per month. Only at the Kia stores.
This bourbon craze sweeping the nation is making room for other whiskey varieties.
WDRB business reporter Courtney Godfrey tells us about the resurgence of rye.
Rye whiskey is being ordered more and more at bars across the country. The latest distillery to add rye to their portfolio is Woodford Reserve.
It looks a bit lighter, and the aroma is spicier than Woodford.
Master distiller Chris Morris will tell you his taste is in bourbon, but he knew years ago that rye whiskey was Woodford's next big thing.
We started making rye before rye was popular.
10 years after mixing his first batch of Woodford rye, bottles are finally hitting the shelf.
We've had some markets say, we'll take all 7,000 cases, and of course we can't do that.
Woodford Reserve's expansion into rye comes on the heels of bourbon's rise to fame.
Rye is, it's really taken off, kind of like bourbon. Rye is very popular here.
Not to mention, it's perfect for mixing.
It's a lot more spicy, so it has a better platform for the sweet things that we have in there.
This is what people want, and so this is what they're making.
Many say it's a return to an American classic.
And we kind of saw it fall off the map. You know, in the early 90s, there were hardly any rye brands in the marketplace. And now, you know, so many of our distilleries here in Kentucky are producing some kind of rye expression.
Giving us yet another reason to enjoy our whiskey.
The Woodford Rye hit the shelves in January. For more information, you can ask your local liquor store or bartender. At Bourbon's Bistro on Frankfort Avenue, Courtney Godfrey, WDRB News.
Stocks opened down. A private sector jobs report shows the number of jobs added was below expectations. The government report due out on Friday. At the close, the Dow down 106.5 at 18,096. The NASDAQ down almost 13 points at 49.67. And that's today's business news.
Both the Yum Center and Kentucky Center are sold out tonight. Just ahead, we'll tell you if they're saying the show must go on.
Looks like snow is starting to come down in downtown Louisville. There's a live look at 7th Street downtown as the winter storm moves into the Louisville area. We'll have crews across the area giving you a live look until 7 o'clock. Stay with us.
Life. Joy. Triumph. Surprise. Learning. Loving. Doing. Living. Being healthy through it all. Here's to your health, Kentucky. Take a free online cancer risk assessment today and stay a step ahead. Baptist Health. Be a healthier you.
Just in, always on. Snow Fox, only on WDRB.
When you lose power while you are waiting for these crews, are you in the dark? For the safety of your family and home, call Corrigan Electric for a backup generator system to keep the power on in your home. You know us at Corrigan. Give us a call.
The world is filled with air. But for people with COPD, sometimes breathing air can be difficult. If you have COPD, ask your doctor about once daily Anoro Ellipta. It helps people with COPD breathe better for a full 24 hours. Anoro Ellipta is the first FDA-approved product containing 2 long-acting bronchodilators in 1 inhaler. Anoro is not for asthma. Anoro contains a type of medicine that increases risk of death in people with asthma. It is not known if this risk is increased in COPD. Anoro won't replace rescue inhalers for sudden COPD symptoms and should not be used more than once a day. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure. Tell your doctor if you have glaucoma, prostate or bladder problems, or problems passing urine, as Anoro may make these problems worse. Call your doctor right away if you have worsened breathing, chest pain, swelling of your mouth or tongue, problems urinating, or eye problems, including vision changes or eye pain while taking Anoro. Nothing can reverse COPD. The world is filled with air, and Anoro is helping people with COPD breathe air better. Get your first prescription free at Anoro.com.
Brackets for Good 2015, presented by Bingham Greenbaum Dow, is underway. 64 local charities are competing to win $10,000. Donate now to help your favorite nonprofit advance and spread the word to help them win. It's fundraising madness.
When you lose power while you are waiting for these crews, are you in the dark? For the safety of your family and home, call Corrigan Electric for a backup generator system to keep the power on in your home. You know us at Corrigan. Give us a call.
A look downtown, live look from downtown Louisville outside the WDRB studios. The snow just starting in the last few minutes downtown, but several inches being reported north of us in southern Indiana.
And Mark, you were kind of right on the nose with this one. You said the transition in Louisville to snow would be in this 4 o'clock hour, and that's exactly what we're seeing.
You know, I got to say, there's, you know, when we make forecasts, there's ones that we get and there's ones that we don't. I feel good that we're getting this one time frame. Looks like we talked about the drive this evening. We would have some issues developing. The data on this one has been all over the place. I think in a sense we learned our lesson somewhat from the last storm where busted out admittedly on my snowfall totals, but I feel like we've had a better grasp on this system and really have been focused in nicely, and it seems like things are now turning as forecast to change over here. One thing I want to mention as I show you some Twitter pictures, and this is one of the easy ways to get a hold of me. If you ever see me not looking at the camera, I'm normally looking at your posts on Twitter. Mark Weinberg, WX, Mark with a C, Mark Weinberg, WX on Twitter, and you can send me pictures that way. What I ask is send the pictures horizontal rather than vertical. It makes it nicer for TV. This one sent to us out of the bird's eye area, and you can see 3 inches of snow already on the ground. And this picture sent to us of the snow coming down in Jeffersonville, and you can see that the roads, or at least the elevated surfaces, are actually covered there. And this is kind of the trend we'll see as it moves across Louisville. Remember, we have a flood warning covering basically all of our Kentucky counties. We have the flood watch in southern Indiana, and we have a few rivers under flood warnings also in Indiana. We've got a winter weather advisory for Lawrence, Jackson, Jennings County. We've got a winter storm warning for the rest of our area. Well, what's going on? Simply put, got a lot going on. We actually have moderate and heavy snow from Seymour, and these little bands here, see how they're setting up? One goes from Paoli. We've got another area of heavy snow from English and Oil. If you live in English right now, find me on Twitter, click the favorite or like button when you get to my Twitter, and that way you can send the pictures to me. I'd like to see what you're seeing in English. Louisville, send me your pictures right now. Right now what we're seeing in North Louisville is a transition over to snow, and the dual polarization radar, which helps us to determine where that rain-snow line is, shows that we're going over to all snow from right around Anchorage through around PRP, although in Shelbyville still looking at moderate and heavy sleet as the dual pole radar is showing. Extremely heavy sleet moving now through the Hardinsburg area, E-Town sleet and rain, and then it kind of goes over to generally rain from the Greensburg area through Columbia. Outside right now in Louisville, there you go. I think that tells the story. It's not snowing in downtown Louisville. It is snowing extremely hard. What I want to tell you is this is not kind of the rocking back and forth snow. This is the show. It has gone over to snow. It will stay over as snow, and the accumulations are going. My snowfall accumulations for the area and a timeline if you do have any evening plans in 15 minutes.
Thank you, Mark. Well, they've already been getting hit hard to the north of us.
I've just been told the Crawford County Schools has closed for tomorrow. That's in the north, and so is WDRB's Sarah Finney, joining us from Scott County, where this weather story is developing by the minute. Sarah, what are you seeing?
Hello. Well, the snow has been coming down pretty steadily here in Scottsburg for about the last 2 hours or so. Really, it's only been sticking to the ground pretty much until now, though. Let's take a look at the streets. We are right off of 65. As you can see, we're starting to see that slush and snow build up just a little bit. But as of about 10 minutes ago, the city says they are not sending out any plows right now or putting any salt down because it appears to be melting. But it's a different story with the county. The highway superintendent just told me they are seeing 2 to 3 inches of snow and slush buildup, so they are sending out plows to the southern portion of their county. They will put down cinder on the roads once the temperature lowers, and we spoke with the police chief earlier, and he says if you can stay home, do so. If not, make sure to put a blanket or maybe some extra food in your car just to be safe. Live in Scottsburg, Sarah Finney, WDRB News.
Sarah, thank you. No school for JCPS today. Still no decision about tomorrow.
They'll be monitoring the weather and the conditions overnight. WDRB's Valerie Chin explains they are watching all this closely before announcing their plans. Valerie.
That's right. We're at 5th and Liberty right outside MetroSafe where JCPS held a press conference with the mayor. Take a look at the roads here. They are wet. Just 30 minutes ago, we saw a lot of sleet. It has turned to snow. People are walking. There's cars driving, and things are fine right now because the snow is just coming down and it's not sticking to the roads just yet. JCPS canceled school today, but the district says it stands by its decision because if they didn't cancel school and there was early dismissal, then students would be out on the roads as they try to go home. And the district says they want to make sure all the students get home safely. Here's what the superintendent had to say.
We cannot and will not gamble with the safety of our students, not even one. So as we came over here this afternoon, we were seeing sleet, and we know that snow is forecast soon. So even if we had dismissed early today, our students would be on buses right now.
The district is monitoring the weather for tomorrow. The district will let everyone know as soon as possible whether there will be school tomorrow. We're not sure if that decision will come tonight or tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, because of today's snow day, the last day of school so far will be June 2nd. Live in downtown Louisville, Valerie Chin, WDRB News.
All right, thank you, Valerie. And for the next 2.5 hours, we'll be giving you a live look across our viewing area. We want to give you a look in Scottsburg, Indiana right now along I-65, where snow has been falling some time as we take you to break.
America's Best Designer Sale is going on now. You get 2 pairs of glasses for $69.95, plus get a free eye exam. Hundreds of designer frames to choose from. Sofia Vergara, Project Runway, Darion, and more. The designer sale at America's Best. 2 pairs of glasses for $69.95 and a free eye exam. Hurry, sale ends soon. Call 1-800-2-PAIR or visit americasbest.com to schedule an appointment today. America's Best, the best prices in sight.
Come to H.H. Gregg's grand opening celebration, Outer Loop. Find big savings on hundreds of brand name appliances from Whirlpool to Maytag and thousands of big screen TVs from Samsung to Sony to LG and more. Come early Thursday. The first 250 people in line get a $10 H.H. Gregg gift card free. We're giving away over $10,000 in prizes. Don't miss our 3-day grand opening starting Thursday, March 5th at 9 a.m. Appliances, electronics, furniture.
Scan your item. Rescan your item.
We're building a better world at Time Warner Cable.
Rescan your item.
And you never know what will make you late for your favorite show.
Please place in bag. Rescan your item.
That's why we invented this. Now you can start over thousands of your favorite shows with a click of a button. And it's free for subscribers. So even if the episode's in progress, you'll never miss a minute. With an offer like this, there's never been a better time to switch. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
My job is so much more than a job to me. It's a vocation. I decided to attend ITT Tech after I went to an informational session. A lot of times I am the first person to show the baby to the parents. And I think, this is a job. I have to do this. Now I get to do this.
The Breckenridge School of Nursing and Health Sciences Academic Achievement Scholarship is available to eligible students who qualify. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
The world's fastest growing sport draws athletes of all ages, and we are sharpening their skills year-round at Kentuckiana's best indoor sports facility. Mockingbird Valley Sports Complex offers year-round soccer at Louisville's finest indoor sports facility. Celebrate the world's sport at MVSC, where you can train with nationally recognized coaches. Go to mockingbirdssoccer.net and click on Register Now. Enter the code SPRING15 to receive $10 off your youth soccer registration for the spring session beginning March 23rd. Find the program for you because soccer is everyone.
WDRB News, sponsored by Culligan. Better water, pure and simple.
Well, as the saying goes, the show must go on.
Big events happening downtown tonight, including U of L basketball. WDRB Stefan Johnson explains what fans need to know if they're heading to tonight's game. Stefan?
Well, good afternoon, guys. About 20,000 people expected to attend tonight's game against Notre Dame behind me here at the Yum Center. And as you're about to hear, this is not the only reason people are coming out in this weather.
There's a saying that basketball never stops, and it won't tonight.
The way the U of L fans come in this arena, I don't think the snow is going to stop them.
Former U of L basketball player Robbie Valentine is director of premium sales at the Yum Center and says tonight it's game on.
It's a big game. We got to have a lot of fans in this arena tonight, man. Louisville's good. This is a must-win.
To prepare for the snow and crowds, crews are putting down extra carpets inside and will hit the area in front of the arena before tip-off.
We will have a lot of manpower out there, clean off the sidewalks, the plaza. It'll be ready to go for people to enter and to exit the arena tonight.
Meanwhile, just down the road,
you know the old saying, there's no business like snow business. Is that how that works this time?
The show must go on.
Yes, performances of The Lion King will go on this evening as scheduled.
Tonight's performance of The Lion King at the Kentucky Center is sold out and still a go.
The company is here. They want to perform. It's a beautiful show. We want as many people as who can get here safely to be able to see the show. So that's why we're going on.
Back at the Yum Center, the Cards are in a tough matchup tonight and hoping fans will help them pull off a win.
You have to have your sixth man. Notre Dame was a close game there in South Bend, and Louisville, this is a must-win. They have to win this basketball game.
And tonight's tip-off is at 7 o'clock, so people have plenty of time. Mayor Greg Fisher also talked about both events tonight here at the Yum Center and the Kentucky Center, telling people to leave early, take your time, and be careful. Live in downtown Louisville, I'm Stephon Johnson, WDRB News.
Thanks, Stephon. Slow going on the way home tonight, too. Well, some of our southern counties were hit especially hard during our last blast of snow, and now it's time to do it all over again.
WDRB's Emily Muir is live in Elizabethtown to tell us how they're getting ready. Emily?
It's been raining all afternoon here in Elizabethtown, and in just the last few minutes, the rain has started to turn to sleet, and emergency officials say they are ready for whatever this storm brings their way. The rain makes it hard to treat the roads, but they have crews ready to head out when the sleet and snow does really start to come down. Olivia Berry with Hardin County Emergency Management says having just been through a snowstorm has helped them prepare for this one.
Because of the last snowstorm, we actually have a lot of preparation already in place. We're good with warming shelters if we have to open up warming shelters. If by any chance there's power outages, we have shelters already in place to open up if need be. So all we have to do is call up the Red Cross and they're already ready to go.
Those warming centers are the Colvin Community Center in Radcliffe and the Pritchard Community Center here in E-Town, but they won't open unless it gets below 10 degrees. Also, the Hardin County schools canceled today, but they haven't made a decision on tomorrow. And the E-Town city schools did not cancel today, but they did dismiss earlier this afternoon at 2:30. We'll stay here in E-Town and keep you up to date on these changing weather conditions. Reporting live from Elizabethtown, Emily Muir, WDRB News.
You know, it's been kind of interesting to watch our reporters out there because they're kind of seeing that transition occurring. E-Town's obviously got the sleet right now. In Louisville, we kind of think that that transition that's occurring now is not the rocking transition. We think this is the real deal over to snow for the rest of the duration.
It really just depends on where you're at because we've got snow, heavy snow falling in parts of the area. You go to the south, we got sleet, we got rain, and, you know, a little bit of mixture of both in between right now.
And on top of that, we put down a whole lot of rainfall here. So this is where we have the flood watch and the flood warning. Flood warning is all the dark areas. See, basically this covers generally all of our Kentucky counties. And Jeremy, we also have the winter storm warning, and this is the one for what's to come at this point right now.
Yeah, and fortunately, you know, in some ways it's good, Mark, that we are now seeing that transition to frozen precipitation because streams and rivers are already out of their banks right now. But the fact that we're now beginning to see accumulating snowfall, at least that's going to reduce any additional runoff we see here for the rest of the day today and overnight tonight. But still, major impacts, of course, expected. That winter storm warning went into effect at 1 o'clock here this afternoon, remains into effect until tomorrow. By the way, that's a winter weather advisory for Lawrence, Jackson, and Jennings counties. As mentioned, we're seeing the worst of both worlds. We had all that rain, the snow melt, the saturated grounds, and this picture from Galena, Indiana, submitted to the WDRB weather app. Look at that. She's got both flooding rains in her backyard and also the snow that's now accumulating on her deck. This photo by Michael Anderson out of Memphis. You can see that snow really coming down. Big old snowflakes there, obviously covering the ground there in Memphis, and this is a sign of things to come. Snow continues to fall. Now, this video will send in just a little
little while earlier. And this is also to the WDRB weather app. You can see those roads quickly covering over with that white mess out there in Borden, Indiana. And you know, Mark was kind of giving me a hard time a little while earlier. I was describing the snowflakes that I saw up in Greenville earlier. I thought they looked like they were about the size of meatballs. Will you be the judge? I submitted this to my WDRB Facebook page. That's a quarter there for reference. And look at the size of those flakes. I don't know. You tell me, Mark. Are you sure? That looks pretty close to meatball size to me.
That's not meatballs. Those are quarter size. I don't know what kind of meatballs you are eating, Capel, but that's quarter size snowfall flakes. All right, so what we are doing now here is transitioning obviously over to snow across the area. I know it's pretty simple. You want to know how much snow to expect in your area. As we look right now at StormView HD, we can see that we've got snow that continues to fall at a solid pace. And in downtown Louisville right now, it is very, very clear we have transitioned over to snow. Let's then go through this and we'll go through our whole area, and you can see that StormView HD is quickly transitioning, and I'm going to go back over there to the weather computer, but it is quickly transitioning over towards all snow in the Louisville area here. So let's go through the whole area and take a look. North Vernon, Lovett through Brownstown, we have snow falling right now. We've got snow that continues to fall in Paoli through English. We have snow that's really heavy. English, Fredericksburg, Borden, Henryville. It is coming down. We've got snow occurring right now in Louisville, PRP, J-Town, and Anchorage. That's transitioning over. While the radar shows that is rain in downtown Louisville, the dual polarization radar showing anything north of, let's say, the Gene Snyder right now, looking at all snow in Shelbyville, that's all mixed. The radar right now, the dual pole shows that is mixed precipitation. In E-Town, also mixed precipitation. We're looking at in Campbellsville, in Lebanon, through Columbia, all the data suggests right now that is rain that's falling. So we go back outside. It's moderate and heavy snow downtown, already covering some of our parking lots. North wind at 8 miles an hour. Getting cold enough to support snow in southern Indiana. Yeah, everywhere in southern Indiana. And you can see with the northerly winds, it's pulling that cold air down. Now, E-Town's at 34 degrees. How often can I say this? From Indy to Atlanta, the difference is 50 degrees. Now, watch this snow blossom as we go towards 7, 8, 9, 10, and you can see in Louisville through E-Town, there's just this enhanced area of heavy snow going on and on. Then through about 4 o'clock, I think we will start to shut down. But notice those temperatures are down near 20 degrees, so it gets really cold. That should help fluff that snow up a little bit. 2 to 5 inches my total from North Vernon, Seymour, and Bedford. I've got Paoli through just north of Louisville, including Jeffersonville and Clarksville at 4 to 8. I've got Louisville in 5 to 10, Tell City, E-Town through Frankfort, and then 4 to 8 for around the Campbellsville area through Columbia. 18 degrees, heavy snow out there. North wind at 10 to 15 for tonight. For tomorrow afternoon, our high temperature is going to come in at 24 degrees. We will see snow squalls, and then into the extended forecast. Friday 28, low of 2. If you're looking for warmer weather, well, the good news, Mr. Marshall, as he looks over at me, we have that for you. Don't forget, by the way, clocks go forward an hour Saturday into Sunday. Mike will be in the 50s by next week. We'll be getting rid of the snow. But for Thursday and Friday, it's going to be cold enough. With the snow on the ground, it's not going anywhere. I would be shocked if we see anybody in school for the rest of the week.
Yeah, and it looks like Friday's warmed up a little bit. We were predicting 0, the goose egg, and now we're up to 2. So a little bit warmer there. That's some good news. Look at the good side. Let's take a look with this rain and the snow coming down. We've had heavy traffic this afternoon. Northbound 65 is stacked up through Hospital Curve and across the Kennedy. And then we've had slow traffic now over on I-71 at Zorn Avenue. I want to show you what it looks like here at Zorn Avenue. That's the problem. The snow coming down, visibility is reduced quite a lot, and that's going to create some more problems. We'll jump back over and take another look at 64 westbound coming out of the tunnels, and then you can see where that visibility drops as you're heading into downtown this afternoon. From the Oxmoor Auto Group Traffic Center, I'm Mike Marshall with Beat the Traffic.
Thank you, Mike. Local doctors and nurses say children's lives are at stake.
Today we explained the law Coast Air Children's Hospital is begging lawmakers in Frankfort to fix.
I would like to say sit in their emergency rooms so you can see
It happens frequently.
Sharon Ringer is a nurse at Kosair Children's Hospital, chilled by the critical number of kids coming into the emergency room after car wrecks. More than 3,000 in the last 3 years. But it's not the numbers that trouble her most.
The seatbelts don't fit them properly.
It's how many of the kids have preventable traumas.
When kids are sitting in the seat, the shoulder belt will go across their neck, then they slump down in the seat in order to feel comfortable. And when they do, then the lap belt rides high up on their abdomen.
As a result,
and they have internal bleeding. Children can have lung contusions. There's a wide variety of injuries. Some children are left with permanent disability from the accident.
Led to injuries, led to deaths.
Current Kentucky law says kids have to ride in booster seats till they're 7 years old and 4'2". A bill in Frankfurt would add 2 more years and 7 more inches to the requirement, bringing Kentucky's law in line with all the surrounding states. The bill has cleared the Kentucky House and died in the state Senate 5 years in a row.
They believe that it's too much government interference in many cases, that a parent should know the right thing to do anyway.
Representative Steve Riggs sponsored the latest installment, House Bill 315. He's trying to change the debate from child safety to policy.
We have a law in place, and it's broken, and it needs to be fixed.
But it's the last full week of the session, and members in the Senate Transportation Committee tell me the measure is not on the agenda. Ringer's hoping for a final push, saying a bill left to die on the vine could save children's lives.
I'll keep going until they get it right.
We reached out to Senate President Robert Stivers this afternoon on the bill and have not yet heard back.
Tom Lane up next with a look at sports. It's going to be a busy night downtown and a kind of a dangerous one with the U of L game, the Lion King going on, and you'll be at the game.
All happening, yeah. Cards at Notre Dame in what should be an entertaining game. It usually is when those two get together. Entertaining game last night in Athens, and quite a scare for the Wildcats. We'll hear from the coach next.
Here's what Bill Lamb had to say on the last point of view.
The proposal for Kentucky cities to be able to institute their own temporary 1% sales tax to fund local projects has easily passed the State House of Representatives, but it's badly stalled in the Republican-controlled Senate. How can Republicans, who are always wary of big centralized government, not get behind such an idea? It's the purest form of democracy, and it's time for the Republicans to lead instead of worrying about pleasing Tea Partiers.
And here's what you had to say.
The Tea Party doesn't need to be brought in to everything when conservatives don't vote the way someone wants them to.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, and I'm so proud you had the guts to say what you did today.
If it becomes law, it'll end up being a permanent tax. I vote no.
You said for projects that we want. I have a feeling that you misstated that. It is projects that people like the mayor and politicians want. Most of the people in Louisville, Kentucky, do not have the money to pay more tax.
Why is it our local governments can't manage a budget and make hard choices with how they spend it like we do?
Enough is enough. We're already taxed on everything except the air that we breathe.
When winter storms take aim at Kentuckiana.
Kentuckiana's first major snowstorm of the year is here.
WDRB in the Morning is here for you.
I mean, totally just jam-packed with snow.
Take a look at that. Try to pick out a lane here if you're driving.
When winter weather impacts you and your family, trust WDRB News.
Dressing room check.
American Idol, only tonight at 8/7 Central on Fox.
They worry more about their next election than doing the right thing.
They just want votes, and they'll do anything to get them.
People in political offices that's not really taking care of the people in Kentucky. I think Hal is a good man. He's the type of man that we need in Frankfort.
Conservative, Christian, he's honest.
He's so doggone genuine.
Caring person, a Christian person.
He feels called to do this.
Someone like you and me who really cares.
He's going to come in and make some changes, and change is good.
Hal is a real outsider. You can tell that his heart is in what he's doing, and he's doing it for the right reasons.
Welcome back. Big news from Beverly Hills. Celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Andrew Orden has discovered an anti-aging breakthrough called Fill and Freeze, and he's giving away 1 million bottles free.
I've spent nearly 30 years looking for an effective, instant breakthrough to reduce the appearance of wrinkles that can be applied topically instead of with surgery or invasive medical techniques. And I finally found it with Derm Exclusives Fill-In Freeze.
Wow, I'm young again. I don't feel like an old lady. The lines are gone.
Oh my God. Wow. I can't believe it. It looks really good. It gives you a whole new confidence.
It definitely took 10 years off. If I went to a dermatologist here in the city, I would pay $300-400 for this.
I know you're wondering what Derm Exclusive can do for you. Well, you don't have to wonder. You can order it right now and try it for yourself, absolutely risk-free. And here's how.
Call now during this special direct-to-consumer offer and you won't pay $120. Today, you can get your own instant results with Fill-In Freeze for only $59. But that's not all. Today, we're taking another $20 off, so now you can get this instant wrinkle-removing miracle for the low price of only $39.95. And as part of our 1 million bottle giveaway, Dr. Orden is including a second $60 bottle of Fill-In Freeze free. That's nearly $120 of Fill-In Freeze for only $39.95. Dr. Orden will even include his Micro-Pure Resurfacing Pads, Intensive Repair Serum, and Collagen Lift Moisturizer, a $200 value, free. Order now and we'll even upgrade your order to express delivery. That's a $15 value, free. Plus, you even get to try it risk-free for 30 days with our money-back guarantee. But you must call to order. Call 1-800-589-1836. That's 1-800-589-1836. Order now.
Kentucky roared back from a 9-point second-half deficit to take down Georgia last night. John Lewis and Rick Bozich have a recap for us from Athens.
The final road game for Kentucky, a real road test this time, but Kentucky comes out on top. Things look pretty bleak for the Wildcats' winning streak.
Yeah, with 5:36 to go, I thought you were in trouble. You were sitting down there on the floor by the Georgia student section. They were ready to storm this court. Georgia was up 62-56. Guess what? Georgia didn't score for the next 5 minutes and 7 seconds.
It wasn't, again, anything I did. You have kids here that have a will to win. They believe they're going to win, and they made the plays that they needed to make. A big offensive rebound on a missed free throw, huge play. Willie grabbed the ball and dunked one, huge play. And they were all plays we needed to have.
The point spread on this one was about 10 points, which I really thought was a little too large maybe.
Right.
But I know Georgia was playing a lot better and really got healthy. And I'm not going to mention any names, but his initials are Eric Crawford, who said that this was a 6-foot putt, but I felt like Kentucky had to rally on the back nine.
You know, I think it's ended up going to be a good thing for Kentucky. You want to play games like this as you move into March, where you are under pressure down the end and you have to make the plays, because they made the plays, especially defensively, and it was Georgia that looked like a team that was feeling the weight of the upset more than Kentucky felt the weight of the unbeaten season.
All right, that's the story from Athens, Georgia, where the Kentucky Wildcats are now 30-0 after a big road test against Georgia. Reporting from Athens, he's Rick Bozich. I'm John Lewis for WDRB Sports.
Thank you, guys, and we'll have a preview of Louisville and Notre Dame coming up at 6.
All right, Tom, we'll see you then.
All right.
Thanks a lot. A look outside at downtown Louisville now, where snow is covering the ground as people try to make their way home.
As we had to break, the Mega Millions jackpot for Friday is at $20 million, and today's Powerball is $90 million.
Celebrate 70 years of great style at Ashley Furniture Home Store's 70th anniversary celebration. Take up to $1,000 off your entire purchase, 25% off all accessories, or enjoy exclusive 70 months interest-free financing. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home.
Welcome to Subway. Can I help you?
Which footlong can I get for $6?
Any of them.
What?
What?
What? Any of them?
Any.
Any?
Any of them.
Any? Of the tuna. Wait, no, BMT. Oh, spicy Italian. Oh, wait, leg force ham.
Breathe. Just breathe.
Get to Subway in March. Any footlong is just $6 or less, including the Italian BMT, the chicken and bacon ranch melt, and sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Any footlong, $6 or less.
Roast beef.
Absolutely.
Subway Club?
No problem.
Steak and cheese.
You got it.
Kentucky's House of Representatives has approved legislation that creates jobs in our beer industry. House Bill 168 grows jobs, allows for greater beer choices, and ensures competition, leading to lower prices. For generations, Kentucky's beer companies have been a part of our communities. They employ thousands, give millions to charitable causes, and pay local taxes. Call your state senator. Tell them you support growing Kentucky's beer industry. Vote yes on HB 168. Brought to you by Kentuckians for Entrepreneurs and Growth.
Save big with Big O tires. Now you can save $100 when you buy 4 select Big O brand tires, installed in 30 minutes or less thanks to our express lane service. And here's something to keep in mind. Big O Tires performs owner's manual maintenance services without voiding your warranty. And now we're offering up to $50 off brake service. But hurry, because these big saver specials end soon. Locally owned, locally run. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
The secret behind Culver's North Atlantic cod begins at sea.
The cod we supply Culver's comes from the North Atlantic. It grows slowly. It has firm texture and wonderful white flake.
I think we have the best fish sandwich in the business.
Hand cut for Culver's. They are the filet mignon of the cod.
They're not made ahead of time. It's done to order.
Oh, look at that nice thin batter. That's the fish flavor come through.
We even make our tartar sauce from a 40-year-old family recipe.
There's no better cod in America.
Welcome to Delicious.
Celebrate 70 years of great style at Ashley Furniture Home Store's 70th anniversary celebration. Take up to $1,000 off your entire purchase, 25% off all accessories, or enjoy exclusive 70 months interest-free financing. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home.
The pricing overall between Builder Surplus and the other stores that we went to, they had a whole lot better selection as prices.
The quality of the cabinets was virtually identical, with Builder Surplus coming in almost half.
I would have thought that going to a big box store I would have got a better price, but at Builder Surplus, the quality of the cabinets were just as good, if not better, and the price was at half.
Freedom from high prices at Builder Surplus on Poplar Level Road across from GE.
We invite you to stay with us as the WDRB news continues.
I have sensitive teeth, so I have to brush using a sensitivity toothpaste. Unfortunately, a lot of them taste like chalk. Thankfully, I found Crest Sensi Relief. It actually tastes good and relieves my sensitivity.
Crest Sensi Relief has scope, so it tastes minty, not chalky. Plus, it has the same active ingredient as other leading sensitivity toothpastes. 9 out of 10 people surveyed would likely buy it again.
Once I chucked the chalk, I wasn't going back.
Crest Sensi Relief Whitening plus scope.
Your story doesn't add up. Where were you Friday night?
I told you.
Tell me again about this deal.
I switched to Time Warner Cable and got more HD and movies from Epix, ultra-fast internet, and unlimited nationwide calling.
Go on.
With TV equipment included, all for $89.99 a month. And for $9.99 a month, I added HBO.
Wow.
He's telling the truth.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this show.
Oh, yeah, you can binge on that all weekend.
Call now and get free installation. Time Warner.